Hi, fourth grade challenge. I hope everyone's doing well. I miss seeing you all in class. What I want to do is give you a brief overview of some of the things that you can expect over the next week or so. So feel free to share this video with your parents as well. I'm going to start by focusing on the screen to make sure that you can easily access Blackboard. So what I want you to do is go to a web browser and navigate to lmsd.org. You'll probably have some type of pop-up window with information. You can just close that by clicking on it, and then go to the quick links section at the top right of your page and go down and click on Blackboard. Make sure you go down to Gladwin Elementary School, and then you're going to have to do a search for my name. As you can see, I've typed this in before. Remember, it's MAC, and then hit return, and it'll do a search. And then you can click on the blue hyperlink, and that should take you to the main landing page for Challenge. So we're going to scroll down to the fourth grade link right here. And as you can see, the very top of the Blackboard page, we're going to start with the STEM Straw Towers project that we were working on prior to staying at home. But before we get to that, I'm going to ask you to scroll down just a little bit further. You're going to see that there is a new section right here. It says Stay Engaged During COVID-19. And you'll see that there's a number of resources broken into different groups, the first being math and logic. A lot of these have outstanding logic puzzles and mathematical activities on there that you can work through, in addition to some of the more common ones that you may recall, Kokoro, Sudoku puzzles that we do as warm-ups in class. A little further down, you can see that there are reading resources. We'll be doing a lesson using the Great Books link a little later, depending on how long we are out, depending on what the governor decides, if this is going to be extended further. If not, that'll be something that we'll be working on together in class, and that's the hope. Scholastic, however, does have a reading resource link, and you can go to that, and it has a number of books that can easily be downloaded or you can read online. This Thinking Skills workbook is outstanding. It's just it has a number of activities in there that'll really get you thinking, and you are welcome to download that. That is also free. And then I certainly want to point out that a number of the iPad games that we use in class that are logic-based, Roll the Ball, Unblock Me, RubeWorks, and Flow Free are available. And again, those are through the Apple App Store. So if you have an Android phone, I don't know if those are also available, but certainly worth taking a look. And then lastly, there are coding resources. I'll click on that again. And just remember, although we've already done our coding unit, it was just hitting the tip of the iceberg. These are a ton of resources right here, 30 in total, that you can certainly dive in a little bit deeper since you have a little bit more free time right now. But I'm going to go back to the main landing page for the fourth grade challenge, and I'm going to click on the Straw Towers link. And if I'm remembering correctly, everyone has seen this presentation. If not, I'm going to quickly go through it with you. Listed on the left are the links that we'll be going through. The first one talks about the strength and weaknesses of various geometric figures. And you can download this sheet if you would like to take a look at it. And as you scroll down the page, you can see that there are a number of helpful pages that would eventually be printed out as part of a packet. Since you're doing this virtually, this PBS link does a great job of showing you the difference between the strengths and weaknesses of rectangles, semicircles, as well as triangles. And it's an interactive site, which I think you'll find really helpful and interesting. So I would recommend that you get to that. And then the next two links on the left are short videos that talk about the strengths and weakness of various geometric shapes and puts that into practice. Of course, you'll be experimenting with that as you go through this, but it's something that is an additional resource to you. When it comes to planning, you'll see that on the left-hand side, it has the student worksheet pages, and it starts, you can download this as a Microsoft Word document or a PDF, and you can scroll down. If you find it's helpful to have a blank page, by all means, go ahead and use that. But I've also included graph paper if you find that that would be more helpful to you. So this straw tower example right here, this is a short video, and it is done by another school, but it does show you a number of really great examples of successful student projects. So I would recommend going through that. It's about a minute in length. And then this link here, fourth from the bottom, shows you a number of ways in which you can alter the straws. You can cut them, certainly. You can tape them together and make sure you fashion them in a way that is going to give your project the base, which is stable so that it is strong and will be able to hold either a tennis ball, a baseball, a softball, whatever you have at your house. Okay, so you can see these examples as I scroll through there. If you're looking specifically for previous student projects, this is the Gladwin link right here, and these are projects that were done in years past. Some of them more successful than others, and they're certainly worth taking a look at. Lastly, at the bottom of this page is if your parents are interested in taking a look at the overall lesson plan as well as the standards that are addressed, they can certainly download that through this link right here, or the very last tab also has the PA core standards as well. So remember, you're looking at needing nothing more than a pair of scissors, some basic straws, drinking straws, some tape. You're going to need a tennis ball, a baseball preferably, because we want something with a little bit of weight and substance to it that'll add to the challenge. And remember, it all starts with the base. If you create a strong structural base, then your project is more likely to be successful. So put time and effort into creating a strong and structured base. Remember what we talked about with regards to triangles being able to support the most weight and distribute the weight. So consider that when looking at the other examples and in your design. I'd love for you to take pictures along the way as you're building this. I envision you doing this over the next week or so. But know that down the line, I'm going to add a math unit that we'll get into, and we'll also get into a reading unit with the junior grade books and the grade books. So we'll be hitting a number of topics as well as units. It just really comes down to how long we're going to be out. But nonetheless, we're going to keep you engaged between your classroom teachers and your special area teachers, and I'm certainly going to do the same here. Just know that my office hours are also 10 to noon every day, where you can get a pretty quick answer from me with regards to any questions you may have that you can email to me. Down the line, we may be looking at a Zoom lesson together, which I would love to do so we could all connect. But we're waiting on some direction as special area teachers from the district. So over the next week or so, I'd love for you to begin designing this, take some pictures along the way, and then ultimately I would love to see some video. If you can get a brother or sister or a parent to take some video and email it to me, that would be great. I hope you and your family are well, and I hope to be back to school to see all of you, and maybe even shave this off in the by then. So, all right. I hope everyone's well. Have fun with the project.